Hello again. I will be speaking on the issue: is the Atheist Plus label confusing? I mean, would people object to an atheist group showing up at a pride with a banner "Atheist for LGBT rights"? Would that confuse onlookers to believe that all atheists are for LGBT rights? I mean, I was at What Pride in London, and right behind my group, the Nigerian LGBTI in Diaspora Against Anti-Same-Sex Laws, was another group with the banner Lawyers for Equality. Now I am a lawyer, and I also happen to know many lawyers who are against equality rights for LGBT, especially in Nigeria. I mean, should the anti-equality lawyers protest the use of the name lawyers in such contests? Well, I think that would be silly. Just like these lawyers have a right to use their profession to identify with a cause they stand for, and socialists use their beliefs to or the ideology to identify with causes they stand for. Atheists also have the right to use their non-belief or their disregard or their disbelief in God to identify with causes we stand for. Just like those lawyers, I can also use my atheist identification to complement other causes I want to identify with. No other atheists get to tell me, hey, do not add plus to atheism, you are redefining it. Well, I'm not redefining it. I am using what I already am to promote other things I believe in. If you don't like it, sue me for copyright infringement. If you can't, just learn to live with it. I do not jump into an atheist forum and say, hey everyone, I want to give you a lecture about sexism, racism, or homophobia. No, I won't give you a lecture on those. In most instances, the words used by group members trigger the need to engage in rights issues, right-based discussion, or right language discussion. You might be perfectly happy to make posts to bash religion, but when you use language like cunt, slut, and faggots in your group forum, I mean, it becomes incumbent upon group members that are conscious about the impact of those words to bring to your attention the logical implication of your language use. When you further dismiss my concerns as girls talk or rants, then it becomes necessary for me to call out just how irrational you are being. It really is that simple. Yeah, it is that simple. Remember, you come on social networks calling out religious believers on their lack of thinking capacity. It is only fair that same be applied to you when needed. No exceptions. I appreciate that not all atheists are concerned about social justice issues. And I probably wouldn't start a social justice debate with a random atheist I met in a bar who just want to have a drink. However, atheists who come on social networks, sites and spend time bashing religions are basically saying, I do not believe in your religion. Your Jesus story is fraught with irrationalities. Your God sounds like a bigot. Well, you're basically telling the world that you are someone who lacks a belief in a deity because you are a rational thinker. As the saying goes, he said, I think, therefore I am an atheist. Yes, I think, therefore I am an atheist. When you present yourself not just as an atheist, but claim your atheism is as a result of rational thinking, don't be surprised when people engage you in rational debates, because you are a rational thinker who by definition should be open to rational debates and ready to succumb to superior facts. I mean, that's the assumption we make, and it's a logical one too. This is the reason I bother to engage in rational discussions with atheists and expect same from them. This is why the way I would engage with a random atheist I met in a private space would be different from the way I engage an atheist I met on, let's say, an atheist social network group. Therefore, when rape jokes, gay or racial slurs are made on an atheist forum, It is only logical to engage in a rational discussion about why the genesis of such laws that have led to irrational conclusions about a group of people are not supported by reasonable evidence and facts, and why we shouldn't be perpetrating such stereotypes or encouraging the use of such irrational words. When atheists cringe away from such discussions and instead chose to label me or other dissenters as divisive, feminizing, or confrontational, they are simply signaling that they are rational only around the issue of religion, that they lack the capacity to be rational about other issues that demands logic, or just that they are simply acknowledging that they do not wish or have chosen not to engage in rational discussion or reach a rational conclusion about certain issues. In most cases, those certain issues just happened to be issues feminists, LGBT advocates, and human rights activists are concerned about. I do understand that it could be difficult for someone with power or privilege to relinquish or even admit that they have power and privilege. Engaging in rights discussion with some atheists is basically like trying to take away their prized toys. It is not easy to pry old toys from some adults. I mean, it is not easy breezy to let go of privileges. But guess what? You can't eat your cake and have it. If you want to come online and laugh at religious believers for their irrational belief in a God, well, everyone has also got the right to laugh at your irrational beliefs, or in most cases, attitudes that reinforce the irrational beliefs that women are inferior and can be called sluts, that gays, lesbians, bisexuals, trans are somehow fit only to be called faggots, that blacks are subhuman and therefore should be tactically silenced in a group, that persons with physical disability or mental health issues can be ignored in a forum. When you use words and act in a way that supports these irrational beliefs, you are not any better than the irrational religious believers you are so eager to laugh at. By the way, you still have a right not to identify as an atheist plus. It does not automatically make you an asshole. Just the same way identifying as an atheist does not automatically make you a decent person. We can still hang out on atheist forums, but I'll surely be like an irritating fly boxing around parochial atheists who use atheist forums to perpetrate homophobia, sexism, and racism. Atheists who aren't assholes need not find me irritable or for standing up for my rights or for equal rights for everyone, anywhere and everywhere I can. I mean, so I guess we should get along very well on Atheist minus the plus forum. Yes, Atheist minus the plus forum. However, it is great to know that when I need a reprieve from all the misogynist bullshit, schism fights going on other atheist group forum, I can always have an atheist plus forum to retreat to. A safe place is always welcome. Even the toughest of activists needs a sanctuary sometimes. See you there.